Outlaw, how are you?
Good, thanks, Don.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah.
Sunny France.
Yeah, everything's a beautiful day here in the Alone, so, but we're all thinking of you, and good to see you back underway again, eh?
Yes, well, I was just looking, it was about 6 days ago that we ran into our unexpected guest. That all ended quite bizarrely, really. I never really got to the bottom of what was going on there, but I don't think everything was entirely kosher, to be honest.
Yeah, we haven't got any more news to tell you other than the fact that they bolted, so yeah, it was all a bit strange. Anyway, glad to see it all worked out right, and I think you all handled yourself very, very well, so, and you may well have saved his life. It's hard to say.
Well, I think, he may have come across somebody else, but he wasn't in a good position. I mean, oh, sorry. I'm just being moved out of the way of the grinder.
Okay.
People interrupting our conversation trying to sail a boat. It's quite, I think they get their priorities right, wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. So what's happening right now? What do you got up, in the weather-wise?
We've got Genoa up and a full main, and we're pretty just slightly cracked sheets. In a course of about 150, we're off the coast of, well off the coast of Senegal and Liberia, really, just sort of getting into the northern boundaries of the Gulf of Guinea, laying the rum line to Cape Town.
Okay, so you're on starboard tack?
We are, yes. Yeah. The breeze has been... We've had a bit of an interesting night with, we've been using the radar to kind of keep an eye on squalls, and we've had a few where, we've had a couple of 50 knotters, but last night, we got, twice we got knocked under a double reef main and a storm jib, and it belted us with rain and no wind, so a lot of effort for, no particular game, but I guess you can't take a chance with that stuff when you see it coming like that in the dark. You've just got to buckle down and get the boat set up for the worst, and which, as it turned out, didn't transpire.
Yeah, it's all about looking after the boat and the crew, so it sounds like you're doing a good job.
Yeah, things are going pretty well, really. All the systems are working well. We've been listening to some of the conversations about water makers and power supplies and main engines and things, and I probably shouldn't. I'm probably tempting fate to talk about this, but all systems are working remarkably well. Yeah,
you did a complete rebuild. Yeah.
So thank you for the redress. That was well received. I suppose that's gives a day or so. So it was a pretty fair judgment, I think.
Seeing we're talking about, it was a very difficult call because you just picked him up just as you were moving out of a weather system and into the doldrums. So very hard to pick it, but we worked at it, and I think it'll work out okay. Because as you know, when you're doing 2 knots for 20 hours, it's only 40 miles, and you were going to the east. Yep. So it was all a bit crazy. It would have been a lot easier if you're in the trades or the Southern Ocean, but there it's very hard to predict. But I think, we all discussed it a lot, and I think it's fair and reasonable. So, but interestingly, I just saw your tweet before, you're committed to go down the middle of the Atlantic by the sound of it, the middle of the South Atlantic now.
Yeah, we'll stay to the east. We've got the rum line plotted out, and we've got to play with the Agulhas, what's not the Agulhas current, what's the other one? The North Benguela current.
Yeah.
And we're over this side, so it's a bit to do the book around South Atlantic high. I think we've missed that boat. It's a long way across now.
Yeah.
So yep.
I was predicting that on the tracker updates that I give every day, because you're in a situation where, well, whether you like it or not, you're over there, so you might as well go with it. So it's probably a good call.
All will be revealed when we get to Cape Town.
Exactly. Anyway, it's good to watch because it's a bit of contrast, so that's good. And so you're talking to the others on the radio?
Yep, yeah, we're talking to them 2 or 3 times a day. It just sort of depends on reception. We're even hearing, we haven't been able to talk to Passage Guardian in New Zealand, but we're certainly hearing his transmissions to people like Maiden and so forth. So there's a lot of chat amongst the boats, which is good and helpful.
Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, perfect. All right, so that's good. And so the boats, well, what about the people? So all this sort of reefing up and down, any bruises or bangs, and everyone's getting enough sleep?
Okay. The doldrums has been quite bizarre, really. We're one day at 90 miles. I haven't looked at a 24-hour run to midnight last night, but that's probably pretty miserable. But the rest have been okay. So, we haven't had any absolute flat calmers for 24 hours. One day we boxed the compass, but it's not the doldrums I've been accustomed to, put it that way. We've managed to keep the boat moving. A few people have sleeping in the heat's been difficult, so that causes fatigue. So there's a lot of bolting for the sail locker or sail on the foredeck. But everybody's in pretty good shape. That's good. We have a snack bag that comes out once a week, which is supposed to last a week. You can see that it doesn't. So the Haribo attack, and we've got one crew member who's addicted to Jimmy Dodgers. So the last time one came out, before it was delivered, we emptied all the Jammy Dodgers out of the packet and put them in a box somewhere, and just put the empty packets in the bag. So he was first to the bag, and the look of misery on his face when he said they were all gone, that was pretty good. Yeah. Anyway, we didn't hang him out for too long. We just rationed him.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, hang on, I'll just get rid of the phone. So that's all good, and your sales are okay, and navigation's obviously good. So what are you doing for fun? What's the most exciting fun thing you've had in the last week?
I don't know. It's all been pretty routine, really. I mean, just the afternoons when it's stinking hot, and particularly the day when we were boxing the compass, I found the boat pointing north and going nowhere. They're pretty hard yards, just, staying hydrated and so forth. But we're between eat, sleep, sail and repeat, it's pretty routine. Yeah, good humour in the boat.
So everyone's sort of focused now on the equator, I suppose, just to get the other side.
Yeah, well, we didn't download any details of the ceremony that must be performed, so I'm going to have to rely on memory. And anyway, they won't know. I'll just make it up.
Fair enough. Yep.
The best bit is working out what we're going to anoint them with.
Yeah, it's always interesting. All right, we'll look forward to the tweets on that one. And so have you starting to think about your ETA into Cape Town, even though you're not over the equator yet?
Thinking about it, but reluctant to make any predictions at this stage. I think we should be on the southern boundary of the doldrums now, but I think we're reluctant to call time on the doldrums. I don't think we're quite there yet. We'll just see. We'll get a couple of good days in and get out of all these squalls and things, so then we'll start thinking about it. I mean, we've certainly got our eye on it, but too early to make a prediction, I think.
Yeah, that's cool. And is the food boring yet, or you're still managing to keep it together?
No, the food's good. The only problem is my constant complaint, there's too much of it. We're having freshly cooked bread most days, cooked lunch, cooked dinner, usually, granola stuff, porridge for breakfast. So, yeah, there's buckets of food.
Yeah.
I'm having to crowd.
Oh, we may have lost you.
So,
oh, yeah.
I've got India sitting in front of me. I thought that you might find it interesting to talk to her. She's really all over the nav and the comms with the other boats and so forth. Yep. It is good having a French-speaking guy. We've got Mehdi on board, and so he's been able to join into the French language conversation, so we've got the best of both worlds, really, and that's all working well.
Yeah.
But
that's good. Yeah, stick her on.
Right, I'll talk to you next week,
Yeah,
mate.
thanks.
Cheers.
See you. Bye-bye.
Hello.
Hello. So tell me what's happening for you. Is it still fun, or is it getting a bit too hot to handle?
Oh, well, it's all good. It's all good over here. Had some very, very hot days. Cooled off a bit today. Had a nice shower yesterday. Seems cool.
Yeah.
I think I was saying that we've still got a little bit to go of the doldrums, or we expect a little bit to go. We're speaking to Free to Keep a couple of days ago, and they thought they were out of the doldrums. But then yesterday, I think they had a pretty light day. So they're further south than us, obviously a lot further west, but we're not getting our hopes up just yet. I've got quite a nice breeze at the moment. We're just about to switch the out with the Yankee, making some pretty good progress close to the run line. So no, it's all good. Not been much recently.
Has anyone been for a swim to check the bottom, see if you got any barnacles or anything?
No, we haven't actually. We haven't. I'm sure it'll come up quite soon. No, we haven't checked the bottom. We've seen lots of brown seaweed. A couple of days ago, there was abundance of brown seaweed. Fortunately, not the stringy stuff, so hopefully not too much of that caught on the hull. But yeah, no, we should do a hull inspection for sure. Yeah.
That's all right. So what are you missing right now?
What am I missing?
Yeah.
I'm definitely missing the fresh salads, fresh fruit, fresh salads. We ran out of fruit about a week ago, so we are pretty much just on carbs and the protein at the moment. Good, very good food, just not a huge amount. Fresh food. So I'm missing my runs, getting my legs going. Good upper body strength. But yeah, not much exercise for the legs at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the routine for showering on board? Do you ever get to have a freshwater shower or anything?
No, we are pretty stringent with our water allowance, so we don't have the water pump on. It's all foot pump, and for showers, we are just timing it with the school, and then bring the bars of soap up on deck and have a good scrub up here.
We want the pictures. We want the pictures. That'd be good. Not it'd be good that's good to see everyone up on deck, lathered up.
Yeah. Well, I have the GoPro running, so I'm sure he'll be able to stop over. But no, it was good. Very refreshing. Very much needed.
Yeah. And what about any wildlife interactions or rubbish in the water or anything?
No, we had probably about a week ago, we were sailing through a lot of flying fish. There's still a few around, but we had about 20 on deck at one point. A couple went down in the steering well, which unfortunately couldn't be saved. Most others managed to flick off the deck. A few pilot whales around, but otherwise not a huge amount. We did, obviously, when we got close into the coast, there were a lot of bugs. A front came through and a lot of insects came with it, and then some land birds. But yeah, it's been pretty desolate out here. Desert.
Okay, so you're still having fun. You're still having fun. You don't want to go home yet.
So what was that?
You're still having fun. You don't want to go home yet.
Oh, absolutely not. No, I'm loving it. I think it's a really good time. There's a lot to do. I'm always busy, always getting down to the nav station and chatting with the other boats and figuring out where we are. I've actually, I was saying about the cell nav. It's about 7/8 of the sky is covered in clouds. So struggling with the cell nav. Got a good day in a couple of days ago, which confirmed where I thought we were. And actually, for the rescue, we told you we turned the GPS on just to make sure that we were heading back to Dakar on a very good route, and we're pretty much bang on where I thought we were, which is very, very nice, a very nice feeling. But otherwise, just been trying to talk to ships. Not many around at the moment, but talk shit, try and get some weather info from them. And they don't really care too much about the wind. I had one weather report a couple of days ago that said, yeah, very good weather, about 4 knots of wind, clear horizon, clear sky, and then about 5 minutes later called us up saying, oh, is everything okay? We see a big aspect change. Yeah, well, no wind means we have no speed and we can't maintain a heading. We have no engine, we're just sailing. And then about 20 minutes after that, a squall came through, and it was definitely not clear skies or clear horizons, but I'm sure he meant well.
Yeah.
It just wasn't a very useful weather report.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's all good. So we better wrap it up before you flatten your batteries.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, good to chat. Anything else you want to get across before we sign off?
No, just send lots to everyone back home. Been thinking about my parents a lot, thinking about my dad. I know he'd love to be here. I'm sure he's tracking obviously the yellow brick tracker, but also on all the AIS tracking sites, every step of the way. So yeah, just send love to everyone back home.
Yeah, good. Okay. All right. Well, stay safe, and we'll see you next week. Hopefully you'll be in the south by then, you know, and it'll be cooler and having a nice fast ride.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Great thought.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, stay safe. Everyone says goodbye and see you later.
Yeah. All right. In a bit.
See you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.